Side hustles saved me. Honestly, having side hustles gave me the ability to handle being let go with ease. And what's more is it put me in a position to actually enjoy this mini sabbatical I'm having. I had multiple income streams when I got let go. And because of that, the news of getting let go wasn't devastating. So let's talk about what side hustles I have, how much money I made from those side hustles, and I'm also going to share some ideas for side hustles for you as well. Okay, let me get this introduction out of the way. My name is Labria Jones. I am just a woman navigating life over 40, trying to live her absolute very best life. And I'm sharing what works well, what hasn't worked well, and things I'm trying along this journey in the hopes that it helps you as well. And in today's video, I'm sharing how my side hustles kept me from being in a panic when I lost my job. Now, this may not apply to you because you feel secure in your job, you like your job, you don't think you're going anywhere. But one thing I learned years ago is you need to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay? You just never know what kind of decisions leadership may be making in rooms that you're not a part of. You never know what the economy might do. You never know, they might even sell the company, right? So what if your company got bought by another company and they got rid of the workforce? You just never know. And so I think it's a good idea to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And if you're already making money in other ways, then you don't have to be a victim of other people's decisions and circumstances. So let's get into it. The first time I ever got let go in my professional career was around, I want to say 2008, maybe 2009. My daughter she would have been 5 years old, and single mom, and my job was my sole source of income. And I wasn't worried necessarily, but I also was uncomfortable. I will say that I was uncomfortable. I got a pretty good severance and had unemployment, and I ended up getting a job within 3 months. So I was sustained and I was taken care of, but it was that time period where I decided I would never, never, never again rely on my job as a single source of income. And I have not since. I have always had side hustles, always. So let's talk about what my side hustles are currently, because I actually have a lot. And I am not by any means telling you to do all the things that I'm doing. I happen to be a co-captain of team doing too much. I happen to be on team doing the most. I got it, honestly. My mom is like that. She does so much stuff. I can't even understand how my mom does all the things that she does. But here are the ways that I have been making money all year. So number one, real estate. So I have been a real estate investor for a while now. So in 2006, I put my then house up for rent so I could travel the world for a year. And then unfortunately in 2019, I sold the house. I missed the height of the housing market in 2020, 2021, but I sold the house in 2019. I bought another house in 2021. And in 2023, I put that house up for rent. So I'm a landlord. I have a house that I rent out. And then I also have an Airbnb that I am doing Airbnb arbitrage with. Now, Airbnb arbitrage is where you have an Airbnb that you don't own. It's a property you don't own. Either you're renting it or you have an agreement with the owner to split the revenues. But basically, I have an Airbnb that I get to make money from that I don't own. So real estate is one of my side hustles. Now, I'll also throw out there coaching and an online course. Many of you may know that I'm the founder and CEO of Quit Commuting, which is an organization that's on a mission to get as many people flexibility and freedom in their lives by helping them get remote work. So I have run that company for a while. Now, that is one of my side hustles. I will be completely transparent with you. I personally do not make any money from Quit Commuting. And part of that is because it's been a side hustle because I've been working full time. So I haven't necessarily had the time to put a lot into it. It makes enough money to sustain itself. It makes enough money to pay my team, but it doesn't yet make enough money to pay me, but my one-to-one coaching does. So I directly make money from my one-to-one coaching as kind of a sub bullet or a subcontractor of Quit Commuting. So that is another one of my side hustles. Another is speaking. So I've done a number of speaking engagements. I probably do 3 to 5 speaking engagements per year. And I do it in 2 different spaces. I do speaking in travel, in the travel space, and I do a lot of speaking in the remote workspace. In the next year or so, I am planning to do a lot more speaking around empowerment and self-improvement, because those are things I'm really, really passionate about. And those are the things you hear me talking about. Like, that's usually the underlying message of anything that I'm referring to, whether I'm talking about travel or whether I'm talking about getting remote jobs. I'm always talking about empowerment and self-improvement. Another side hustle of mine is trip facilitation. So I have actually run a few trips for a friend of mine who has a travel business. And in order to scale, she can't go on every single trip, right? And so in order to scale, she was looking for people to facilitate trips for her. So I have facilitated trips to Cartagena, Egypt, Cape Verde, and more places. So I have done some trip facilitation. And not only is my trip covered, but I also get paid for that as well. I also do affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is another side hustle. Let me tell you what affiliate marketing is in case you don't know. So when you read someone's blog post and they've got a link to a product that you can then go buy, that's affiliate marketing. When you watch an Instagram video or a TikTok video and someone shares a product and they say, comment such and such, and I'll send you the link to buy, and you go buy it, that's affiliate marketing. I also do affiliate marketing with other course creators as well. You may have seen me on Instagram or across platforms sharing courses that I genuinely believe will help you get remote work. I've shared courses about freelancing, I've shared courses about instructional design, and I've shared courses about becoming a software tester. And so when people sign up for those courses that I want to say I genuinely believe are great courses for people to take, I really don't market things unless I think it's good, first of all. But anyway, whenever anyone signs up for those courses, I actually get a commission for it. So affiliate marketing can have multiple tiers and types. You can do affiliate marketing for products, like when people share Amazon links and things like that. Or you can connect with people who sell courses or, high ticket items and do affiliate marketing for that as well. One year I made $20,000 off of affiliate marketing. That wasn't last year. I think it was the year before last. I made $20,000 off affiliate marketing for one of those courses, year before last. Yeah. I also do consulting. So I am a project manager. I'm also an operations specialist. And so from time to time, I do consulting when someone I know or a connection that I have needs some project management work or some operations help. I have stepped in as a contractor and freelancer / consultant to help with that. So that is another way that I make money on the side as well. And that's just literally using the tools that I use day to day on my day job. So the things that I do on my day job and I get paid for, I actually do as a contractor on the side and make money for as well as a consultant. And then the last side hustle, I think this is the last side hustle. Nope, there's one more. Digital products. So I have a few digital products that I've sold, and I'm not talking about Quick Commuting. Quick Commuting has digital products like courses and things like that. But last year I launched a planner. So this year and next year, I do plan to lean a lot more heavily into some of my planning and organization products and templates and things like that. I'm actually really excited about that. Here's another very, very small one. I don't make a lot of money from this because I don't market it at all. I do have a t-shirt that I designed and a mug that I designed as well. Every once in a while I get a sale from that. I don't really market it, but I do have physical products that I sell as well. And the biggest one is content creation. And so there's multiple ways to make money from content creation. One is the platforms will pay you to post content. So YouTube and I think Threads are basically paying bonuses to creators just for posting content, right? The other piece is affiliate marketing or AdSense. The other is a brand or a type of affiliate marketing. It's basically whenever you watch a video here on YouTube or sometimes on Facebook, on Meta, they're putting ads up there. And so the creators are getting a small commission. And when I say small, I do mean small. I want y'all to know, ain't nobody like it's, you don't just, put up a camera and record a video and get rich off YouTube. Regardless of what you may see on this here internets, we're not out here getting rich off YouTube. I just want you to know that. But anyway, so the platforms, TikTok and Threads are paying people. Instagram used to pay people, and they might be paying some people. They ain't paying me. But they did pay me last year. Anyway, I got paid from Instagram. I don't anymore. But the platform itself will pay content creators. But then on some platforms like YouTube and Facebook, you get paid for ads rolling through your content. So that's another way to get paid. And another way to get paid as a content creator is brands paying you directly to partner with you to place their products on your platforms. And so that is what we call brand partnerships. So that's what a lot of influencers and content creators, that's usually the bulk of their income. And for me, it was the bulk of my income from side hustles last year. So since I mentioned that, let's get into how much I made from these side hustles. Let's do that. Now, y'all know I am a pretty transparent person, so I don't mind sharing how much I made. Now, I cannot break it down by each of these side hustles. I probably could, but I've not looked at my financial statements, and I'm trying to get this done. I can tell you in general, though, what were my biggest money makers. So last year in 2023, I made about $55,000 from side hustles. Now, that was on top of my job. And I got paid really well at my job. So I made $55,000 on top of side hustles last year in 2023. Again, I cannot stress enough how important it is to have multiple streams of income, multiple streams of money coming in. Now, if I recall correctly, I made about $25,000 from brand partnerships last year. $25,000 just from brand partnerships. And I want to throw out there that I didn't pitch any of these brands. They came to me. Literally, me just posting content, just posting whatever was interesting to me, whatever I thought I wanted to share, ended up having brands reach out to me to ask me to post things. And I got one brand that paid me a lot of money. And it's funny because I had, it was stacked. Like every single time a brand reached out to me, they came with more and more money every single time. So it worked out. I think I got paid about $25,000 from brand partnerships. Honestly, if I'm wrong, it was more. If I'm off, if that number is off, it was actually more. It's not less. It definitely wasn't less than $25,000. And then I got about $10,000 to $15,000 from affiliate marketing. Again, I said earlier, affiliate marketing is, making money from sharing your Amazon links. Like somebody's like, oh, where'd you get that bracelet from? Here, let me show you this Amazon link. I don't make a lot of money from that. I probably make $10 a year off that. Some people are making really good money off that. It's not me. Affiliate marketing can also be the ad rolls on your YouTube. I don't make a lot of money from that either. I probably make $100 a month off YouTube. $100 a month off of YouTube. The bulk of that $10,000 to $15,000 is from me partnering with people who sell courses and helping people sign up for their courses. So I've gotten a lot of money from affiliate marketing for courses. So the bulk of that money has come from affiliate marketing for courses because those are higher ticket items. And my commission on that is a lot higher. Whereas my commission on something on Amazon is going to be like 20 cents per thing that you're purchasing. So here's how my side hustles are sustaining me this year. What I just shared with you was how much I made last year, but let's talk about how these side hustles are sustaining me through this year, 2024. So I got let go in September, right? Beginning of September. So that means 4 months remaining of unemployment. But mind you, I also did get severance. I do want to call out, I did get severance, which carried me through the end of October. So my company paid me through the end of October. So that leaves me with just 2 months in 2024 without an actual salary. Okay. This year, so I said last year I made $55,000 off side hustles. This year I am tracking to make about $75,000 off of my side hustles. And that's with, again, I'm going to tell you something. Again, the bulk of that is content creation. The bulk of that. Now I've made more money speaking this year than I did last year. I made more money on trip facilitation this year than I did last year. I made more money consulting this year than I did last year because I did a lot less consulting last year and more this year. But the bulk of that is brand partnerships, honestly. So I got a big brand deal last year that repeated this year. And then I negotiated a large contract with another organization this year. And then we did a second contract together. But all of these brands came to me. I do want to tell you that that's the crazy thing. Once again, I think I pitched one thing. Yes, not I think, definitely. One of the brand partnerships that I did this year, I actually pitched, and it's actually the lowest paid one I got. It's the lowest paid one I got. Like I got it just to, add to my portfolio, but I pitched one brand deal this year. The rest of them actually are recurring or came to me. So that's pretty awesome. So that's how much I'm on track to make this year. I actually sat down and did the numbers and looked at how much I got from severance, and I looked at how much I had in place in contracts as of that day. As of the beginning of September, how much did I have in contracts plus how much did I have in severance? And with those two things combined, if I didn't make another dime, I would actually be able to take care of myself and cover my living expenses, which are actually pretty low, cover my living expenses and debt and things like that all the way through August. July, August. And that's including paying my daughter's tuition and also putting just a little bit of money into savings and not touching the existing savings that I have. That's just the contracts that I have in place plus severance. That's just money coming in. That's not money sitting in my savings account or anything like that. Those contracts in place. And again, please note, I said the contracts that I had in place at the beginning of September would carry me all the way through August. And that's if I don't make another dime. And trust me, friend, I plan to make more dimes. Okay? I think next year is going to be a 6-figure year for me in side hustles. That is the goal next year. Just in side hustles will be a 6-figure year. I don't know if I'll reach my salary. I made over $200,000 a year in a salary. So this is a huge pay cut. It's a huge pay cut. It's a big pay cut. But I'm also still very comfortable. I don't have a whole lot of living expenses and things like that. So I'm interested to see what next year looks like from a side hustle perspective. And because I do have money coming in, and I'm actually going to start pitching next year as well. So if I can make 50 to 75K without pitching, what can I do if I start pitching, right? And so I'm hoping that next year is a 6-figure year. That is my goal. For these side hustles. And I'm not sure if I'm going to get another job. So I'm not in a rush, but we'll talk about that later. That's not what this video is about. I'm not necessarily in a rush to get another job, but it's because I have these side hustles that I'm not necessarily in a rush. You know what I'm saying? Since we've talked about my side hustles and how much money I made last year, how much money I made this year, and how it's put me in a position to not have to run into a panic and to be able to move at a pace that's good for me, I want to give you a couple of tips for how to figure out what side hustles might be right for you. Okay, let's get into that. One, if you have no idea how you could make money or what you could possibly do as a side hustle, here's something you can do to at least jog your creativity and to start brainstorming and getting some ideas. Go to Fiverr or Upwork. Go to Fiverr and Upwork and just click around on the categories in there and look at what other people are doing to make money. Because there are people on Fiverr and Upwork making good money. I know a lot of you think that everybody on Fiverr and Upwork is making $5 an hour. I personally know someone who has built a multi-million-dollar business starting out on Upwork, just doing presentations for companies, literally putting together PowerPoint presentations for companies. She has built a multi-million-dollar business. I'm not joking, okay? So go on Fiverr and Upwork and just click around on the categories, click down into the categories, even sign up as if you were going to hire somebody and start looking at some of the things that people are doing so that you can look at other contractors and see what are people doing to make money on the side. And that will start to kind of jog some ideas for you because you'll look at that and you'll be like, oh, I didn't realize people were making money doing that. I can do that. I can do that easily. There are so many things that people need help with and that they are willing to pay for. So again, go to Fiverr, go to Upwork, come up with a few ideas. There's plenty out there. I also have a video right here on the YouTubes talking about how to find your skills as a freelancer. And I shared some of the best skills for entry-level freelancers. These are things that you can do as side hustles. You don't have to be a full-time freelancer. These are things that you can do as side hustles. So check those videos out. Now, one thing I want you to consider when you are leaning into side hustling, be mindful of the work curve of side hustles, right? So the time investment curve of side hustles. And what I mean by that is some side hustles are labor intensive upfront and some of them are labor intensive throughout. So let's talk about that. Let me just break that down right quick. So some side hustles that are labor intensive throughout from start to finish are things like service-based businesses. So consulting and coaching. It's going to require a lot of your time. A, to market your services, set up your processes, but B, to actually provide the service. If you're a coach, you're spending a lot of time coaching people and talking to people. If you're a consultant, or a contractor, you're spending a lot of time doing whatever work you've been contracted to do. If your side hustle is like doing hair, I do braids on the side, or I do nails on the side, or I do makeup on the side, that's going to take a lot of your time throughout. And I'm not saying don't do it. If that is something that you have the time to do, you have the passion for, and it's going to make you good money, go for it. I just want you to be mindful of the fact that you may be choosing a side hustle that's going to be labor intensive. And there will come a time where you will have trouble scaling without hiring and training new staff, or you're going to get tired or burned out and be ready to quit doing whatever that labor intensive thing is at some point. Another labor intensive side hustle is a product based business, especially one that is handmade. So if you are making the products yourself, if you're painting or you're designing phone cases or, decor around the house or making clothes or something like that, that's going to be labor intensive throughout. So, see my previous comment about it makes it a little bit tougher to scale from that perspective. But if it's a side hustle, you don't necessarily have to think about scaling, right? This could be just, I make 10 of these a week and that's what I sell and that's it. I'm just throwing this out there for consideration. That's all. Now, passive. Now, there have been people who have asked me, how do I make money without working? I actually had someone hire me for a one-to-one coaching session, a one-to-one remote work coaching session. And that was her question. She was like, Libria, I really just don't want to work. I just want to make money and not work. And I was like, baby girl, if I knew the answer to that, do you think I would be pimping myself out for this one-to-one coaching session? No. Now I don't believe that there are truly passive incomes. I don't believe in truly passive income. You've got to do something. It requires some type of upfront time investment. Okay. Time or money investment. I think that nothing is truly and genuinely passive, but there are some things that are, they're labor intensive upfront. And I said labor intensive in quotes because the intensity can, vary, right? Maybe it's highly intensive at first or maybe it's like, I just have to do a few things and set things up. Okay. So I'm going to talk about passive income because we all want passive income, right? So things like digital products, you're going to have to spend some time upfront creating digital products, and you're going to have to spend some time upfront setting up the process by which those products are sold and setting up the marketing tools for those products. But you can absolutely, create some digital products and set it and forget it at some point. It's going to require some labor upfront. Real estate is another one, right? So real estate can be pretty hands off. I bought a property in Tulsa and someone else manages it for me. I don't do anything but collect a check every month. That's it. I don't have to do anything to collect that check. Like they deposit it into my bank account. So it is very passive right now. Every once in a while I have to get involved. I think I've only had to get involved twice this year. One to just review the renewal inspection. Whenever my tenants renewed their lease, they went and did a detailed inspection and then they sent me a report. That's as involved as I got this year. And then the second was the air conditioning went out earlier this year. All they did was send me a text and let me know. And they let me know that the cost of it was going to come out of my disbursement. That's as involved as I've been as a real estate investor. Pretty passive, but I did do the work up front to, find the place, buy the place, get the place up to snuff. And I also was the one that found and vetted my tenants as well. So that was some upfront work, but since then it's been passive. The Airbnb is slightly passive. It was not passive at all upfront because I did all the decor, and I renovated it, and then I had to get pictures taken and put it on Airbnb. Slightly passive now in that my involvement is pretty minimal. I accept when people submit a rental request, and when people check out, I send a message to our housekeeper and have them do a turnover clean, and then I pay them. And then of course, I manage the messages back and forth. My daughter and I do that together. Pretty decently passive, actually. So there are side hustles that are passive, but they may still require some upfront work. So that's just something to consider. And I will tell you, people that do labor intensive types of side hustles or work, at some point, they're trying to figure out how to pull themselves out of it being so labor intensive and how to scale. And so they start leaning towards more things like digital products and finding ways to make it more passive. So that's just something to consider for your side hustle, especially if you have a job that is very, very demanding. You want to find something that's going to be, as passive as possible. So hopefully that starts to spin your wheels on what you can do for a side hustle if you don't have one already. Actually, do me a favor, drop a note in the comments and let me know, do you already have a side hustle? What is it? And if you don't, what is a side hustle that you think you could do? So let me know. Let me know if you have a side hustle already, what it is, or what you can do in the comments. And so, like I said, side hustles saved me, period. I decided long ago never to rely. Y'all thought I was about to start singing Whitney Houston. That's what happened in my head. In my head, I was like, I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. I decided long ago never to rely on my job as a single source of income. And because I made that decision long ago, and I have since always had side hustles, and I got really serious about my side hustles last year. For that reason, I've been comfortable and fine being unemployed. Like, I have been enjoying this little mini sabbatical, okay? But even more, I have never felt like a victim of my circumstances. In fact, I feel empowered to make the best decision for me on any given day. And one of those decisions I feel empowered to make is when I'm ready, or if I'll ever be ready, to get another corporate job. Now, if you want that kind of empowerment and to never feel stuck or like you're a victim of your circumstances, I actually made a video giving some practical steps and exercises that you can do to always feel empowered to make the best decisions for you. That video is called How to Never Feel Stuck in Your Job. Please check that video out, and I will see you in the next one.